ACWA Danger Zone TV. I am your host, Steve Miller, and tonight you will see ACWA Heavyweight Champion, the Ripper #2, as he takes on the American rock star, CJ Summers. Now the question on everyone's mind is, will CJ be able to compete despite the concussion he suffered at the hands of the Darkness? We'll find out later tonight. We're going to kick things off with what was known as an unsanctioned King of Crowns tournament as part of Orphan Appreciation Day. Now, if history repeats itself, the only person that's going to benefit from this is the Orphan. I mean, what was the ACWA Championship Committee thinking when they granted permission to the Orphan to hold this tournament? I mean, I'm going to have to make some calls on this. Let's go to the action.
I'm feeling pretty good today. So the way I look at it today, since I make the rules around here at ACWA, we're going to make it Orphan Fan Appreciation Day. Thank you. See, they know how to appreciate people. So we're going to have a special treat tonight. We're going to have the first ever King of the Crown tournament. It's right here. It's nice, it's beautiful, it's shiny. Shiny. It's brand new, never been touched, only by my hands. It's going to be shiny. There's going to be 4 people in this tournament. 4. And since I'm such a nice guy, I'm not even going to put myself in the tournament because I know I'm going to win. That's the first thing. The second thing is, makes me upset even thinking about this. Speedy Gonzalez Warpath stuck his nose in my business when I worked in the American rock star CJ Summers, and I lost the tournament because of him. You've seen it. You were there. I won fair and square. You've seen it. See, I won fair and square. So what I'm going to do today, to see how much of a real man that he is, I'm going to challenge him today if he has the manhood to a 2 out of 3 falls match. What do you think? You like that? Yeah, how's that Pepsi done? So we're going to get this match started with my tournament first. Now, hailing from Lassiter, New Jersey, his name is Eddie Kuspiel. Kuspiel. I welcome you to this tournament because I think you got what they call talent. You mind your P's and Q's, pal. All right, Hardy, calm down. Hardy, boy, back up. Now, his opponent is the most hardcore man in the ACWA, except for me, of course. He's the most manly, the most masculine, the biggest machine I've ever seen my entire life. Arcadia! Oh, what a manly specimen he is. Come on, big man! You know what to
We're now ready for this first round of this unsanctioned King of Crowns tournament. Another creation from the Orphan. You know, if you know anything about the Orphan and the history he has in the ACWA, anything he does, he obviously has one person in mind who's going to benefit from it, and that's himself. Anything that he backs or anything that he's a part of, he'll somehow figure out some way to make it his own. See Eddie showing an early strength advantage on Arcadia, who definitely is the smaller of the two competitors, seems to be more agile, has a bit more of the edge in the speed department, but I don't know exactly how you would describe a wrestler like Arcadia. He's a little hard to come up with a good description other than eccentric, maybe different, weird. See, it seems like every time Eddie's trying to lock up with him, he starts to do these weird movements and gestures in the ring. I don't think Eddie knows exactly what to make of his opponent here. You know, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be Eddie, and I wouldn't want to be the referee. I wouldn't know what to expect from this guy. Looks like finally ready to lock up once again. Both men locking up in the center of the ring. Got a bit of a top wrist lock there, but he fights off. And again, Eddie complaining that he's using some, I guess you call them unorthodox wrestling moves. And there we go again. He's hugging him and shaking him from behind. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the tango in a wrestling ring. Eddie had enough of that. Hip locking him clear across the ring. We haven't none of that. It looks like Arcadia's crying because apparently he's hurting. The referee going over to check on this young competitor. Looks like they're both ready to lock up once again. You can tell if I were in Eddie's shoes, I'd be the same way. I would just, want to get this over quick because, who knows what what bag of tricks this guy's going to have in a ring. Now we're just running around the ring aimlessly, and Eddie once again hip locking him down to the mat, and Arcadia rolling to the outside of the ring, trying to regain himself, give him an extra breath of fresh air, and maybe come up with some sort of strategy to overcome the strength of young Kuspiel. But now it seems like Arcadia has taken himself out of the matches. Now he's sitting out with the crowd. Of course, he's drawing a lot of attention from the crowd, but the referee's beginning his 10 count. Arcadia doesn't enter the ring before the count of 10. He's counted out. But then again, like I said earlier, this is the Orphans tournament, so who knows what kind of rules we have here. I would assume that a 10 count means that this match is over. Arcadia is definitely taking his time as Arcadia ducks the clothesline, and now he's hanging from the rafters. This has now become like a gym class. I don't know. I don't even know how to call this. This has to be the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in the ring. As Eddie just yanking him down from the rafters, face planting Arcadia right in the middle of the ring. Eddie now. Oh, wait a minute. Now Eddie's got him over his knee and spanking him, but yet I think Arcadia is liking that. Again, now see Arcadia crawling back to his knee, wanting to get spanked some more. Wait a minute, he's doing it again. Now Eddie's just picking him up in the ring like a rag doll, throwing him at the referee, and the referee just throwing Arcadia down to the mat. They're just treating him like a rag doll. This has become almost comical. Eddie's trying to wrestle here, have a serious match, and come out victorious, and I guess advance in this bizarre tournament. But every time he seems to try mount some offensive momentum, Arcadia either rolls out of the ring, complains to the referee, or starts prancing around in the ring. I don't know that he's totally got his head in the match. It doesn't seem like he's totally focused on winning this match. He seems more focused on putting on a bit of a show and sort of shying away from any kind of contact. Referee did briefly go over and check with Arcadia, and Arcadia looks like he's finally getting back into the match. He's slow to get back in the ring. The referee's got to get him back in the ring so this match can continue. Eddie is ready to go. He's in the center of the ring. In fact, he's almost in like an old amateur style starting position, giving Arcadia the quick edge. He seems a little hesitant in trying to take this, but it seems like Eddie's a little bit sincere in that. So now Arcadia wrenching down on the side headlock. Eddie just hoisting him up in the ring. He's got him up on his shoulder. Just it's almost like a paperweight up there. He drops him down, but Arcadia back with the side headlock. Off the ropes, Eddie knocks him down with a powerful shoulder block. Now Eddie off the center of ropes, leaps over. Arcadia would have kicked in midsection, seen kind of low, ref. Now Arcadia is standing on his back, jumping over, and a high knee to the side of the head, knocking Kuspiel down to the mat. Arcadia has taken early control in this match, is now screaming out his own name, showing that he's the dominant force in this match. He's got to keep on it because he's got a huge mountain to climb with a man almost twice his size. Beautiful draw kick by Arcadia, knocking Eddie down to the mat. Kuspiel's definitely stunned from that. Looks like caught him right in the chin. But Arcadia, again, he's taking too much time in following up on his opponent. Now he's just firing off with a quick right jab. Again, prancing it around the ring. And another right jab to the side. Arcadia, again, he just, like I said, he seems to be wanting to put on more entertainment. But Eddie hoists him in the air, drops him down in an atomic drop. You could tell that hurt. And Eddie with a modified bulldog, sending Arcadia's face down to the mat. Eddie's now regained control of this match. He's got to keep on this competitor because, as you've seen early on in this match, it seems Arcadia will do absolutely anything to draw attention away from the referee and try to use any tactic possible to win the match. Referee checking over on Arcadia, see if he can continue. He acknowledges to the referee he is okay and he will continue this match against Kuspiel. And Eddie back over, hoisting Arcadia up in the ring, slamming him down hard in the center of the ring with a powerful body slam. Arcadia laying flat in the middle of the ring. Eddie now taking a little bit too much time to cover. Hooks the far leg. Only gets a count of one. Arcadia kicks out quickly. The referee was right there for the count. Just seems like Eddie took a little bit too much time in going for that cover. He's got to keep on his opponent. So you see Arcadia firing off at lefts and rights to the midsection. Eddie with a European uppercut, knocking Arcadia down to the mat. Arcadia is like reaching around the ring, almost looking for like a safety net or some type of thing to protect himself. It almost seems like he's a little bit afraid here. But he's slowly regaining his vertical base. He's back down to one knee. Come on, referee, that was a low blow. You clearly saw that. This match should be over right now. And then the match is over. Arcadia rolls him up, getting the 3 count over Eddie Kuspiel. I guess he advances in this tournament. I mean, I heard 2 out of 3 falls. I don't know what the heck is going on in this tournament. I honestly have no clue. Folks, we'll be back right after this.
Wrestling fans, you're looking at the former ECW champion, ECW tag champion, the chair-swinging freak, Balls Mahoney. My past is no concern of you, because if you don't know it, then you don't deserve to be looking at me. The only thing that matters is my future here in ACWA. So everybody, get ready. All you hardcore wannabes, get ready. All you wrestling fans, get ready for some eye-popping, skull-shattering wrestling action. Balls Mahoney, chair-swinging freak. Check us out, ACWA. You want to be bad? Come get me.
You've seen the pictures. You've heard the stories. Killer tsunamis in 12 countries. Thousands of children and their families dead. Millions left homeless. But UNICEF is there. The lead children's organization in the world, UNICEF provides life-saving medicine, nutrition, clean water, shelter, and blankets in emergencies. Right now, millions of survivors need our help. Call 1-800-4UNICEF or visit unicefusa.org.
We're now ready for some more action in this King of Crowns tournament. As you see, Warpath entering the ring area to face off against the Orphan, who, again, conveniently put himself right in the middle of his own creation, saying he was just, going to be, man enough to put himself in his own tournament. Now, this is got to totally be backing him, because he'll change the rules at any time, I'm quite sure. As referee's trying to get both men into the ring, Orphan finally entering the ring. This match is just about underway. Referee checking on both men. Referee signaling for the bell, and there it is, folks. This matchup is now underway as Orphan taking a little admiring to the ring attire of Warpath there. Better be worried more about Warpath than what he wore to the ring. Warpath's a fiery competitor. He's got the pride of Puerto Rico behind him. He uses that in every match he's in, and that usually will bring him out on top. But again, in a match against the Orphan, you have to be worried about what kind of stunt he'll pull to come out victorious. He's taking an early advantage with the side headlock, grinding down on Warpath, trying to wear him down, but Warpath reversing it into a hammerlock. Nice switch into the side headlock. Now Orphan showing a little bit of wrestling skill there. Warpath reversing the hammerlock, is now locked up in the ring, and again going down to the side headlock. Basic wrestling, folks, as he spins around into the hammerlock. Now Orphan going over to the ropes. That's going to force the break of the hold, and the referee does break Warpath from the hammerlock. And now Orphan's got to re-enter this match as he's doing a little bit of shaking of the arm there. wrenching down on those multiple hammer locks. Got to be taking a little bit of effect there on the left arm and shoulder of the Orphan. That's got to be a good strategy. In fact, that's the kind of strategy I would employ. Maybe if you were in that type of match with the man of his size, you have to go after a body part, sort of neutralize the arm or neutralize the leg and try to eliminate his vertical base. Now Orphan again with the elbow to the back of the head, Irish whip into the far corner. Warpath leaping over, taking down Orphan with his flying head scissors as Orphan goes retreating outside the ring, and now Warpath in firm control, and you hear the fans are getting behind him. Orphan again, he's taking his time getting back into the ring. I guess trying to regain himself. Maybe think of some dirty tactic he can use to gain victory. So you see the referee is already up to the count of 6. The Orphan's in danger of being counted out, but he rolls in the ring, rolls right back out, breaking the referee's count. Now he's leaving the ringside area, standing right in the aisle, and he's counting along with the referee, almost kind of like mocking the referee. The referee's just trying to do his job, and Orphan, I mean, this is ridiculous. This is his tournament. He says he's the best thing ever. Then he's not showing it. He needs to get in this ring. I mean, Warpath is fired up. He's ready to go, and he's just standing in the ring waiting for Orphan to finally re-enter the match. But Orphan pointing to his head like he's the thinking man. Like this is the right strategy to take in a match like this. And that may be the case, but in my eyes, I see stalling. He needs to get back in the ring if he's going to prove that he's the toughest man in the ACWA. I mean, this is a tournament that he asked for, and now he's not even participating in it. Warpath firing off with a left and a right to the midsection. Irish whip reversed into the far ropes. Warpath ducking the elbow. Flipping over, sunset flip, pulling down the Orphan. Getting no pinfall as the Orphan being the savvy ring veteran that he is, grabbing the bottom rope and breaking the count. It was a great move on Warpath's part, but he's got to be a little bit more careful when he tries to execute that kind of move when you're that close to the ropes. Any wrestler knows you're that close to the ropes and you're being pinned, that bottom rope becomes your best friend, breaking that pinfall. The referee once again beginning his count, but Warpath coming over, trying to get this referee to get the Orphan back in the ring, and ended up breaking the count. Referee once again begins his count over. Orphan's just sort of circling the ring, not really wanting it. Doesn't seem like he wants to get back into this match. As now he's telling Warpath has to back off for him to get back into the ring. As finally Orphan re-enters his match, and maybe finally we can get this match started without an interruption. Wait a minute. We have some... You hear that? Now the fans are getting behind chanting, "Let's go Warpath." That's got to be getting into the head of the Orphan. It's got to be distracting him a little bit in this match. Now Orphan seems like he's trying to take control of the crowd. Well, I have to be honest with you, everybody. There are some Orphan fans out there, as you heard, Orphan chants going on in the crowd. But now if you heard that, folks, he's saying, "I think I'm stronger than you." So now it looks like we got a test of strength in the middle of the ring there. Orphan challenging Warpath to a good old-fashioned test of strength, and Orphan's got his hand up. Now he switches to his right hand. Warpath about to lock up, and now the Orphan's switching hands again. He's again making a mockery out of his own challenge. I just don't get this. Now they finally lock up. Orphan getting an early advantage, taking Warpath down to one knee. You hear him chanting out he's exerting a lot of strength here, but look at Warpath immediately reversing this now. He's taking the advantage of this test of strength, taking the Orphan down to one knee. Both men return to vertical base. Orphan gets up, kicks him in the midsection, and Warpath is now down to one knee. Orphan trying to stomp on Warpath's hand. Warpath with a double leg trip. Warpath just fired up, firing off on top of the Orphan's head with right hands. The referee's got to break that. But Warpath now take firm control now. He's fired up. He's mad. And dropkick off the rope, knocking Orphan down to the mat. Warpath going for the cover, getting count of two as the Orphan gets that right shoulder off the mat. The referee was right there in great position. Warpath only getting count of two. He's got to keep this momentum going. Warpath off the rope with a spinning back elbow, once again knocking Orphan down to the mat. Warpath again, it seems he's continuing on this offensive attack, as this has got to be, his way of winning this match. He's got to keep on the Orphan. So he fires the Orphan off the ropes. Orphan's grabbing on the ropes, almost reversing it, getting out of the ring, stopping the close. What is he doing? He's telling the ring he's asking for the bell to be rung. I don't get this. What is going on here? I thought this was supposed to be a regular tournament. All of a sudden, this match is over?
The time is up. 1 hour has expired.
Wait, a 1 hour time limit has expired? I don't even think it's been 10 minutes. Warpath telling him to get back in the ring. Orphan saying those are the rules. What's he going to do? What he needs to do is get back in the ring. You know, Warpath saying he came here to fight. He wants to fight. Wait a minute. Slayer? Wait a minute. Now Warpath has to wrestle Orphan's sidekick Slayer? Slayer's crazy, psychotic. I mean, the man comes running to the ring with a straitjacket on. I mean, if I were the referee, I certainly wouldn't want to be in this match, much less Warpath. But now Warpath has to deal with this man. You know, and with Slayer being Orphan's sidekick, you know, Orphan, obviously this is his tournament. He's going to be around the ringside area, and that could prove to be the deciding factor in this match. I mean, look at this guy. What do you make of this guy? He comes out with a prosthetic hand, biting on it like it's a doggy treat. The guy, obviously, he's having a little trouble there, getting that straitjacket off. Even the referee's all frightened. He almost getting down to the ring. Finally gets the straitjacket off. The guy's running around the ring like a madman. And you know, Slayer takes his orders from Orphan. You know, Orphan's like his trainer, like his leader or master. Okay, now wait a minute. All right, he's giving him a little pre-match meal there. Look, give him a little bit of a doggy biscuit there. It must be one of those a pre-match ritual for Slayer there. Just something like that. Even the fact that the guy comes running down to the ring with a straitjacket on makes me not want to be the referee in this match. And thankfully, I'm not. Thankfully, I'm back where he can't touch. Well, no, at least he hasn't tried to come attack me anyway. There's now Slayer firing off right hands on the Warpath, taking early advantage. Taking Warpath down to one knee, but Warpath's got to be a little bit worn out after going through, well, at least a couple minutes of a tough match with the Orphan. The Orphan pulling himself out. Now Warpath taking the advantage, hip blocking Slayer down to the mat, picking up, scoop slam, slamming him hard into the mat. Slayer rolling out of the ring, buying himself some time, running right over to the Orphan to get some words of encouragement or perhaps some strategic tips, something to win this match. But, you know what they're discussing. They're discussing, all right, if you distract the ref, I'll choke him or I'll do something to hurt him. Now Warpath he's trying to get the Slayer back into the ring. Orphan just, continuously slowing the match up. It's almost like, I wouldn't even count Slayer out. Even if the referee reached a count of 10, I don't know that this match would even be over, considering the rules keep changing, like, I don't know, every 2 or 3 minutes here. Warpath with a clubbing forearm to the back of the neck, taking Slayer down to the mat. He's got him into the corner, Irish whip into the far corner. Warpath looks like he's lining him up for a splash. Slayer gets out of the way. Warpath misses, hits him midsection on that top turnbuckle. Slayer taking the advantage now, clubbing down with forearms and elbows to the back of the neck, dropping an elbow to the upper back. And now, come on, referee's biting him. That's illegal. This match should be over. I mean, that's an illegal one. That should be disqualification. I mean, nothing, no exception. There shouldn't be anything like that happening in this match. But again, even if it's an illegal maneuver, I wonder if he'll actually be disqualified and if it'll actually count. I mean, the referee might have disqualified him there, but with the Orphan, that probably wouldn't have been a disqualification. You would just change the rules. Because as you saw right there, another example of how these two work together. Slayer distracting the referee, and what's the Orphan doing? Taking his cheap shots, taking his liberties with Warpath on the outside of the ring. So again, he's now choking on the bottom rope. I mean, this referee's got to be a little bit more stern with his authority, although I think he's just a little bit intimidated by Slayer. I mean, Warpath is definitely weakened now, being choked out and with the cheap shots suffered at the hands of the Orphan on the outside. But now Warpath firing off with some right hands, trying to regain the momentum, but as soon as he tries to mount any type of offense, Slayer raking the eyes, putting that offensive onslaught to a halt. Beautiful standing dropkick by Slayer, knocking Warpath down to the mat. Slayer going for the pin. Only gets a count of 1 as Warpath gets that right shoulder off the mat. Orphan complaining that it was a slow count, but the referee was in great position. That was a fair count. As again, he's choking him out. I mean, come on, referee. I mean, that's like the 3rd or 4th time he choked out Warpath. He's bit him. I mean, I don't know what else has to be done to have Slayer disqualified. As again, he's choking him out now on the top rope. A little bit variation from his earlier chokehold on the bottom rope. I mean, I just assume, this is pretty much almost like a no-holds-barred kind of thing here. And Slayer with a bit of a, I don't know what you call that move. Is now Slayer's all excited, thinks he's got the cover, but Warpath's on his stomach. Yeah. Orphan giving him the direction to roll him over, but only getting a 2 count. Warpath getting that right shoulder off the mat. I mean, Warpath he's definitely got a big mountain to climb with the Orphan on the outside. Is now Slayer once again choking him out in the bottom rope. And now with Slayer distracting the referee, look at the Orphan taking him with those cheap shots. Right hand after right hand after right hand, just beating down on his head, and the referee turns around, and of course the Orphan backs off like he's innocent. I mean, this is going to go on throughout this entire match. I don't know if it's got to be impossible for the referee to catch all this. As Warpath ducking and clawing, comes off the rope with a spinning reverse elbow, knocking Slayer down. But you can see the onslaught that he's been taking. It's taking a toll on him as Warpath, as you can see, just drops to one knee, and that was definitely a low blow. This match should be over right now. I mean, it was right in front of the referee, a clear low blow with a low headbutt. And now just dropping the leg onto the back, laying on top of Warpath, but again, he's on his stomach, and he finally rolls him over. Referee right there, getting a 2.5 count. It's getting closer and closer to the end of this matchup for Warpath. Slayer going over, get some words of encouragement from the Orphan. And now he's looking to finish this match off. He wants to advance in this tournament. But I have to wonder, does Slayer even know what a crown is? Much less, does he know what a king is? Does he know what a king of a crown is? I mean, I don't know if the Orphan actually explained this to him. Because of him being so crazy, who knows what's going on up there. And now he's choking him out again. I mean, this referee's he's certainly being very liberal with his authority here. He's letting just about anything go here. Now Slayer's got him in a modified camel clutch, wrenching, pulling back on that neck. Referee's right there. Orphan's telling him he should give up, telling Warpath give up, but the referee's right there, and Warpath has not given up. But you can see, I mean, look at the look on Slayer's face. You can see he's just pulling back as hard as he can on that chin, putting a lot of pressure on the upper back and the neck. Warpath showing, I don't know what you call that maneuver. That was a bit of a strange maneuver. Orphan claiming it's a low blow, but if it was a low blow, he's only giving Slayer a taste of his own medicine. As now Warpath with a hip lock takedown, getting a 2 count on Slayer. Slayer gets that left shoulder off the mat. Warpath's gotta keep this offensive momentum going. It seems every time he tries to get something going, it gets stopped immediately. So now he's got almost like a hip lock powerbomb type maneuver, taking Slayer down to the mat, going for the cover, doesn't hook the leg, and only gets a count of 2. Orphan trying to reinforce it was only 2 count. Again, the referee's right there. He's being very fair with this count. He's not being slow. Now Slayer firing off with right hands on Warpath's head. Seems like Slayer's now taking control. Now he's got him in a full Nelson. And come on, referee. The Orphan's on ringside. What is this? He hits Slayer in the face with that prosthetic hand. Warpath knocking the Orphan down to the ground. Warpath with a almost like a full Nelson DDT on Slayer, hooking the leg, gets the count of 3, and Warpath with the victory over Slayer. And there's the announcement in front of the ring announcer. Warpath with the victory over Slayer. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This match, Arcadia was just in the last match. I mean, Warpath has no opportunity to even rest here. I mean, Orphan's already signaling to start this matchup. The match where he just had a tough, hard-fought match with Slayer, and now he's got to wrestle Arcadia. And you know how I felt about Arcadia when I told you when I was trying to comment on him earlier in the broadcast. I honestly, to be quite honest, have no idea what he is. All I know is he's a wrestler. I don't know how else you classify him. Strange, I guess. I thought about it. Strange is definitely the best word here. As you see now, he enters the ringside area, consulting with the Orphan. It almost seems like, the Orphan has handpicked him, almost. It seems like, he's definitely shown him the most encouragement. You would figure he would do something like that with his sidekick Slayer, but Arcadia certainly got a break, we'll put it, in that first match as he got away. If you remember, he got his victory over Eddie Kuspiel with a low blow. When the referee didn't quite catch it, he rolled up Eddie Kuspiel to advance in this King of Crowns tournament. But then you saw Warpath wrestling Orphan, and all of a sudden, you know, I mean, I think it was only maybe about 5 to 10 minutes of competition, and he said a 1 hour time limit expired. So all of a sudden that match ended. Then he brings Slayer out. Warpath with a hard-fought victory over Slayer. I guess this is now the finals of the King of Crown tournament. I'm just making a safe guess here. I apologize if I'm wrong, but again, I don't know what to make of this tournament. I have no idea what the rules are. He keeps changing them. But you see, Arcadia is definitely ready here. Orphan's definitely behind him. And Orphan still has that prosthetic hand that Slayer brought to the ring. And now Arcadia's, I don't know what he's doing. He's almost holding that hand like a doll. Like it's a precious, like it's a, you know, like a precious keepsake or something. I mean, yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Now he doesn't want to let go of it. It's like almost like a pet. He's coddling it like a pet. He finally gives it back to the Orphan. Looks like this match should be underway. Again, I'm assuming this is the finals of the King of Crown tournament, with Arcadia ready and set to face off against Warpath. As now Arcadia is putting the referee in the corner. He's checking the referee for foreign objects, and I don't know. I think Arcadia rather enjoys that kind of behavior. The referee should be well aware of what he has to face in this match with Arcadia, as he was the referee earlier in the Kuspiel Arcadia encounter. Seems like now he's checking with Arcadia, make sure he's ready. Checking Warpath. Warpath's ready. There's the bell, folks, and this match is underway. Again, though, Arcadia comes into this match with definitely, I can almost assume maybe you call him the underdog normally, under normal conditions, because of his size. He's smaller than his opponent, both height-wise and width-wise. But with Warpath just going through that hard-fought match with Slayer, you almost wonder if he's running out of gas, if he's running out of energy here. He's going to have to summon up as much energy as he possibly can to try and come out victorious here. So Arcadia taking an early advantage with a crushing neckbreaker, smacking Warpath's back of his head off the mat. Arcadia's choking him out. Come on, referee. It's right in front of him. Referee's got to break that. But Arcadia does break it before the count of 5, avoiding disqualification. But again, as I mentioned earlier, who knows if disqualifications even count. The referee is giving him a fair warning that he's got to refrain from using those kind of tactics in the ring. Arcadia just firing off with a hard right hand to the top of Warpath's head. Beautiful drop kick, knocking Warpath down to the mat. Arcadia is definitely excited that he's in control of this match, but it's almost like Warpath has entered this match with a bit of a handicap, almost at a disadvantage. Because he just finished wrestling. He's wrestled twice. He wrestled a match with Orphan, went right consecutively into a match with Slayer, and now he's got this match against Arcadia. As Arcadia going again, once again executing the lateral press, only getting a count of 2. Once again going for the cover, again only getting a count of 2. As you notice though, every time he went for that cover, he didn't hook the leg. That's just basic wrestling. You got to hook the leg if you're looking to get a victory here. Now Arcadia, with the reverse chin lock, the referee's got to be very careful on checking that arm of Arcadia, make sure it's not slipping under the chin and turning this hold into a choke. See, Warpath's kind of reaching out, almost trying to get to the ropes, but Arcadia breaks the chin lock, firing off with a forearm to the side of Warpath's head. Left hands, left after left in the corner, and I don't know what that move is. That's just wrong. I mean, nothing can describe what I just saw. Now Arcadia running from the far corner. That was almost like a running headbutt. That was a bit of a low blow, and the referee warning him about it, but it seems like Arcadia is kind of showing that maybe it was on the inside of the thigh and not a low blow. Warpath reverses it with a tornado DDT, sending Arcadia crashing into the mat, but both men are down. Both men are stunned, and there goes the referee beginning his 10 count, and if neither man can return to their feet by the count of 10, I assume this match, by the normal rules, would be over, as it'd be a double count out and the match would be a draw. And you can hear the fans are chanting for Warpath, trying to help him get back to his feet, but Arcadia gets to his feet first. Both men are back up. Warpath firing off with right hands, stinging right jabs, Irish whip into the rope, and a tremendous sledge, knocking Arcadia down to the mat. You can see him holding his chest. That had to hurt. You heard that ringing right across the pavilion. Open-handed slap in the corner, sending Irish Whip into the far corner. Warpath following up with another open-handed slap and another one in the corner. You just hear those chops ringing clear across this pavilion. As he fires Irish Whip into the ropes. Beautiful leg lariat knocking Arcadia down to the mat as both men are once again down on the mat. The referee checking both competitors as now he's once again executing his 10 count. But you see now, Warpath, he's got to keep this offense going. I realize he's been in 2 straight tough matches, but he's got to suck it up here. But Warpath reversing it with a beautiful modified, almost like a modified backbreaker. As now he's got a modified camel clutch. On Warpath wrenching back on the head. The referee's right there seeing if Warpath's ready to give up. Warpath's not going to give up here. But there's the Orphan there offering his 2 cents, trying to convince the referee to stop the match, saying that Warpath gave up. The referee's right there. He didn't hear nothing of it. Now you see Arcadia side Russian leg sweep, taking Warpath down to the mat. Now he's off the ropes, drops the leg across the chest, and that looks like it should be it. Is now once again jumping up, showing tremendous athleticism again with another leg and a third leg drop, and finally hooking the leg, but only getting a count of 2. And I seem like a little bit of an arrogant cover there, not really getting body on body, just kind of just draping his leg across and sort of hooking the leg. But now Warpath's in definite trouble here. He's in danger of losing this match. He's already at a disadvantage, you know, not just from wrestling him previously, but with the Orphan on the outside of the ring. I mean, you know the history of the Orphan. He cheats any possible way he can. Any way he can get involved in a match, he does. He just wants things to go his way. He's got to be the star. You know, that just doesn't belong in a wrestling ring. I don't know what that was. Now, wait a minute. You hear him. He's complaining to the referee. He lost his contact. Look at the Orphan once again taking his liberties, just driving the elbows into the back of the head. Wait a minute. Now Arcadia's saying, no, wait. His contact is fine. I guess that was just his way of distracting. Again, I'm sure a game plan set by he and the Orphan. Now Arcadia on the outside of the ring, driving the elbow into the back of the neck. Warpath's gotta find something. He's gotta be able to stun his opponent, get some breathing room in there. Trying to regain himself and trying to regain the momentum of his matches. Now this has turned into a really bad edition of breakdancing on the outside of the ring. I don't know what you call that. I know fans are here to see a wrestling match. I don't think they come to see breakdancing, but that seems to be the way Arcadia operates. Now just kick him into the midsection there. He's running off the ropes. He's standing on almost, I don't know what you call that move. Almost stood on him and drove him down into the mat. Now this almost seems like another sort of modified submission hold as he's wrenching, pulling back on the arm and also pulling back on the chin at the same time. That's got to be painful there. You see he's wrenching back on that left shoulder and on the neck, and he's been working on the neck throughout the match. With all the choking and the elbows to the back of the head, it seems that's been his focus throughout this match, is that neck and head of Warpath. As again, he's wrenching back, pulling back on the chin. The referee's right there, but Warpath hasn't given up. Seems like maybe Arcadia's just getting a little frustrated here. He's a little bit upset that this match hasn't ended as quickly as I guess he thought it would. He's sending Warpath off the ropes with an Irish whip. Arcadia knocking him down with a flying forearm. And you can just see Warpath's almost laying there motionless. He's almost out of it here. I mean, you know, it's just, he's got to find something. He's got to do something here. Arcadia's taking his time here, continuing the offensive onslaught here. Again, just firing off the right hands. Seems to be taking a little bit too much time in my book. It's Warpath ducking and clothesline, picking up, and almost like a side slam backbreaker combination. I guess that's what you would call something like that. That didn't look like it felt too good anyway. That Warpath seems like he bought himself a little bit of time, scooping Arcadia up, slamming him down on the mat. Now Warpath going out to the outside of the ring there. What a beautiful senton over the rope, just crushing, landing right on top of Arcadia's chest. You can see him holding his chest in his upper midsection there as Warpath just driving his body into that, driving the air out of Arcadia. Now he's pressing Arcadia over his head, dropping him down an overhead slam, just driving Arcadia into the mat. But you can see him holding that shoulder and that neck from the offense at the hands of Arcadia throughout this match. It almost seems like it's hard for him to hoist somebody up in the air, but he's got him up on his shoulder. Almost looked like like a backbreaker almost, but into a version of like a dominator, like a face slam or front slam onto the mat. Warpath rolling him over, going for the cover. But now Orphan's on the side of the ring, breaking the referee's count. This match should have been over right there. That would have been a count of 3. I firmly believe this match should be over, but Orphan sticking his nose in the middle of the match again, breaking the referee's count. It seems like anytime Arcadia is in danger, Arcadia is right there to interrupt Warpath. But both men knocking each other down to the mat with a double clothesline. Both men once again on the mat, and the referee once again utilizing his 10 count. As it seems like both men are just out of it. Warpath's almost motionless. He's been taking a beating throughout this match, both at the hands of Arcadia and the Orphan. And as you can see, both men are slow to get back to their feet. Warpath firing Arcadia off the ring. Both men, you heard those heads smacking right in the middle of the ring as both men are once again down on the mat. Referee checking on both men, once again beginning to utilize his 10 count. And if neither man can return to their feet, this match I assume would be over. Now you could see it seems Warpath is able to get to his feet just a little bit quicker, but both men are slowly regaining their vertical bases. Now Warpath is the first to his feet. You see Arcadia would drop kick the knee. That's a beautiful move there, taking Warpath's leg out. He almost seems like maybe now he's going to focus on a wheel there, focus on the leg there to keep Warpath grounded. See now he's got almost like a modified STF there, not quite cinched in totally, but he's got a bit of a modified version there, just pulling back on the neck there. But again, releasing the hold. He doesn't seem to want to keep these submission type maneuvers on there. It's a great way to wear down your opponent, but it just seems like he's focused. And again, he's distracting the referee, and what's the Orphan doing? He's choking Warpath out on the rope. And you can see the fans are screaming about it, but Arcadia's got the attention of the referee. The referee doesn't see any of this, and Warpath's just taking a beating on the outside of the ring as the Orphan's just taking more liberties with cheap shots and choking him on the bottom rope. I mean, this has been going on through the entire match. This is absolutely ridiculous. Now, Arcadia once again got the control in this matchup thanks to the Orphan. Arcadia firing Warpath off the ropes. Arcadia driving Warpath down with a Frankensteiner down to the mat. Warpath is in trouble again in the far corner, but Arcadia again taking his time and capitalizing on this momentum that he has in this match. Seems to be more concerned about what the fans are saying there on the outside of the ring than he is about his opponent in Warpath. The referee right there checking on Warpath to see if he can continue. He agrees, he continues on the match, but now Orphan's distracting the referee. Arcadia's choking him out on the bottom row. This has been going on through the entire match. The referee hasn't seen any of it. This match should be over right now. But again, you got Arcadia posturing, in front of these fans, trying to get their approval or something to get some sort of reaction from them instead of worrying about Warpath. Now he's giving Warpath a bit of an opportunity to regain himself, and now I mean, come on, this is not a rodeo. This is a wrestling match. I don't know what the referee's got to stop this. This should be a wrestling match. I'm be doing that kind of stuff in the ring. That's not going to win a match. This is not the Wild West. This is a wrestling match. The referee's got to stop that kind of behavior in the ring and keep this match going. I don't understand what Arcadia's strategy is with those maneuvers. We see Warpath firing off with a boot to the midsection. Irish whip into the ropes. Warpath again with a boot to the midsection. Big Mafia kick sending Arcadia down to the mat. It's almost doing a 360 hitting the mat. But Warpath's been taking a beating throughout the entire match. He seems like it's tough for him to almost follow up as quick as he'd like to. But now you see, come on, ref. I mean, the Orphan is in the ring. Warpath ducking the trophy, ducking the Orphan Cup. Warpath firing off with a couple of right hands. He puts the Orphan Cup down, and now both men are fighting in the corner. Now Warpath sending the Orphan to the outside of the ring. But after that beating again, he's been taken at the hands of the Orphan. You can see he's just, wait a minute. Now Warpath, he's firing off with the right hands there. Seems like he's ready to try and put an end to this match finally. Reversal of the Irish whip. Arcadia with a single leg trip, taking Warpath down to the ring, down to the mat. You see Arcadia locking up with almost like an Indian decklock. This is like an inverted STF is exactly what this is. You see he's hooking the leg, pulling back on that, and also wrenching back on the neck, creating a lot of pressure in that neck and the lower back of Warpath. But again, he releases the submission hold. Doesn't seem like he wants to keep that punishment going. Irish whip into the far corner, and now, wait a minute. The Orphan hit Warpath with his boot. He took his boot off. I mean, he hit him right in the head. The referee didn't see any of this. And there's a count of 3, and this match is over. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. All throughout this entire match, they've been choking, cheating, taking cheap shots. And again, I guess that's his crowning moment, taking his boot off and hitting Warpath in the side head, knocking him out, giving Arcadia the opportunity, which he took, to go over and get the count of 3 on Warpath. And there's the announcement, as I guess now this tournament is finally over, as Arcadia has won the King of Crown tournament. I guess we're going to have some sort of some celebration or some type of ceremony. You see security coming out to see if Warpath is okay, to help him back to the locker room. I give all the credit in the world to Warpath. He's a tough competitor, but he was cheated. He was clearly cheated in this match. There were so many times when either Arcadia or Orphan were choking him out, taking cheap shots. And then, again, at the end of the match, you saw it. The Orphan took his boot off, hitting Warpath in the head, giving Arcadia the victory. See, wait a minute. Now the Orphan's got the mic. This must be the presentation ceremony he's been waiting for. See, Arcadia getting a little too excited, running around the ring with the Orphan Cup. I don't know how that's going to make the Orphan feel. I mean, that is his prized trophy. I have yet to see what this crown looks like. He says it's supposed to be shiny and tremendous looking and awe-inspiring, like this great trophy here. There you go. He's proclaiming Arcadia the king. No, wait. I stand corrected. He's the queen, I guess the queen of crowns? And now you can see Arcadia's he's giddy. He's like a little child. He's waiting to get a little prize in the ring. As now we're going to finally see this What is that? It's got a hat. It's like some type of crown with springs on it. Almost looks like little hearts on the top. Wait a minute. Now and they light up. There you go, folks. That must be the majestic crown that we've all been waiting for. They have shiny little hearts on the top. And you see, showing a little bit of athleticism there, Arcadia with the backflip in the middle of the ring. No, wait a minute. Here's the victory speech. You see Arcadia showing his total disdain for the fans. Doesn't want anybody supporting him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the third grade. This ceremony has degenerated into a do not do two. Back and forth bickering there in the ring. There you go, Arcadia prancing around the ring once again. He's got to be happy. I mean, he did win the tournament, although I think definitely tainted victory. Goes without saying. You see, he finally puts the crown back on, and Orphan showing, I guess, his appreciation now. What's this? He just knocked Arcadia down. 360, knocking him down to the mat. Just destroying Arcadia. It's almost like making a mockery out of this. He's wrenching back on the neck. Just driving Arcadia down into the mat with a reverse DDT. Knocking Arcadia out. He's just lying motionless now. Wait a minute. Orphan's saying it's my crown. Now he's blaming Arcadia for breaking the crown as the battery fell out. Wait a minute. What's he doing? Dropping a leg on the crown? I don't get it. Look at this. The fans are so disgusted at this. They're so disgusted at this whole display by the Orphan. They're leaving. I mean, I'm totally disgusted by this. Well, folks, we'll be back right after this.
You've seen the pictures. You've heard the stories. Killer tsunamis in 12 countries. Thousands of children and their families dead. Millions left homeless. But UNICEF is there. The lead children's organization in the world, UNICEF provides life-saving medicine, nutrition, clean water, shelter, and blankets in emergencies. Right now, millions of survivors need our help. Call 1-800-4UNICEF or visit unicefusa.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now I am on the phone with Carmine. He is the president of the ACWA Championship Committee.
Hi, Carmine.
I have an announcement today. We are sorry to announce that the American rock star CJ Summers will not be able to compete in this matchup due to an injury suffered in the last show.
That's right. We ended CJ Summers' career. He's probably sitting at home right now. Oh, his feet up. Oh, his pain. But I bet he's enjoying all of those presents he's getting. All the poor adoring fans. Who could they be from? Well, while he's there in pain, we're out here with the gold. CJ Summers, we took your title. We took your pride. We took your career. And what do you have to show for it? We warned you. We warned you that the darkness was coming, and you didn't listen. And this is the result. Ripper number 2 has the title. Aren't we all glad for that? No more bleached blonde hair and furry pants.
The president of the ACWA Championship Committee has made your dreams come true as Billy Lassiter has been reinstated into the ACWA. However, he will be taking the American rock star CJ Summers' place in the ACWA Heavyweight Championship matchup. That is what the president's final word.
But he's got the belt. He's on our team.
Thank you, fans, for showing the ACWA. Goodbye. Referee, ring the bell.
You heard the announcement there, fans. President of the American Championship Wrestling Alliance Championship Committee, Carmine, announced the reinstatement of Billy Lassiter. However, due to the injury suffered at the hands of the darkness, the American rock star CJ Summers was not able to compete in this heavyweight title match. Therefore, Billy Lassiter took the place of CJ Summers in this match. And there you heard the bell. This matchup is underway, but this matchup definitely cannot make Della Morte very happy, as her two beasts, her two minions, almost like her two soldiers, are firing off on each other. As you see, both with a boot to the midsection, both the right hands. I don't even know what kind of match we're gonna have here, because you see Della Morte is extremely upset at this, distracting the referee, and both men seem tentative to fire off. And now Billy Lassiter with a knee to the midsection, just clubbing down with forearms, and you see Della Morte tell him that we shouldn't be doing that. Wait a minute, Ripper number 2 throwing Della Morte down to the mat. As now both men are just firing off on each other with right hand after right hand. This turned into a brawl. This isn't even a wrestling match anymore. Now it seems like Billy trying to get that side headlock there, lifts the knee into the midsection, gaining the early advantage. As now he's pushing Ripper number 2 down, distracting the referee, I guess expecting Della Morte to choke him out on the outside of the ring. He should know something like that's not gonna go down. She's not gonna choke her champion. You see Billy Lassiter took some type of foreign object out of his pocket there. Wait a minute, now Ripper number 2 is taking something out of it. He's got a chain in his hand. He's wrapping a chain around his right hand. He's now hiding it now. He's hiding it behind him, and then wait a minute, he's about to hit Billy Lassiter with the chain. Billy Lassiter firing off the right hands. But you saw he hitting Billy Lassiter right in the face with the chain. Billy Lassiter fighting back, but Della Morte distracting the referee. Referee sees nothing of this. Now Billy Lassiter firing off the right hands. You see, wait a minute. Now Della Morte is coming to the ring, and she taking the chain away from Billy Lassiter. It's like she doesn't want these two to hurt each other, yet this match has to go on. As now Billy taking control of this matchup. Now this foreign object has been taken out of play for now. But it's almost like both men want Del Morte to get involved, want to help them cheat to win this match. But Billy Lassiter with the open hand chop into the corner, headbutt on Ripper number 2, stunning him back into the corner. But Billy Lassiter seems to have hurt himself there with the headbutt. Now Ripper number 2 firing out of the corner with right hands, knocking Billy Lassiter down. Now just lowering the boom with those boot after boot. Now he's choking him out. Referee, come on, that's a choke. Regardless of who's in the ring, that's a choke. This match should be over. That should be disqualification. Referee with the count there, almost nearly disqualifying Ripper number 2. Although with the rules of a championship match, even if you are disqualified, you may lose the match, but you won't lose the title. But Del Morte, she's clearly upset. She's asking why. She doesn't seem to understand why these two men are facing off against each other. But the rules are rules. It was laid down by the president of the championship committee. And now you got Billy Lassiter choking Ripper number 2 out on the top rope. Referee trying to break the hold, finally breaks the choke hold. Billy Lassiter nearly getting himself disqualified. And you have to wonder, even though Ripper number 2 is his buddy, his teammate, you got to wonder, he's got to have some type of championship aspiration in his head. Now you can see the reverse chinlock and notice the positioning of the knee into the upper back of Billy Lassiter. But now Ripper number 2 choking Billy Lassiter out on the bottom rope. The referee's got to break this. It's a chokehold. That's an illegal move. Now Ripper number 2 showing his displeasure with the referee of breaking that hold. This match has been back and forth the whole time. Billy Lassiter with a schoolboy, only getting a count of 2. Ripper number 2 kicks out with authority. Now we're back to almost a standoff, like a stalemate. Del Morte complaining to the referee. It was almost like it was a fast count. But to me, the count was fair and even. Now Billy Lassiter, I guess you can call it raking the eyes of Ripper number 2. Ripper number 2 with the mask on, so I don't know how much effect that move had. Now Billy Lassiter just with the clubbing forearms taking Ripper number 2 down to the mat, but he's got his shin draped across the throat. That's another chokehold. Come on, referee. I mean, this is constant throughout the match. Doesn't matter who it is. And now Billy Lassiter just noticed the positioning as he's leaning down on Ripper number 2 with that front face lock, putting more pressure on the upper body, trying to take the breath away from Ripper number 2 and possibly either make him pass out or submit. That's good strategy on his part, considering the size of Ripper number 2. But you see Ripper number 2 with a bit of a low blow there. That was dangerously low. As now Ripper number 2 has regained control in this match with a boot to the back of the head. It seems like, well, wait a minute. Now Billy Lassiter with a DDT driving Ripper number 2's head into the mat. Rolls over for the cover. Only gets a 2.5. That was almost like 2 7/8. He was that close from becoming the new ACWA heavyweight champion. Now you see Ripper number 2 positioning him almost for like a power bomb. He's got him in a neckbreaker, driving Billy Lassiter's face down into the mat. That should be it, folks. This match should be over. Wait, and he just gets that left shoulder off the mat. Right before the count of 3, Billy Lassiter is still in this match. Barely, but he is still in this match. It almost seems like Del Morte is a little confused whether to complain that was a slow count or not. I mean, she wants her champion to stay with the belt. I mean, she's got to look at it this way. I mean, I guess whoever wins this match, the belt's still going to be in the darkness. And that's ultimately what she wants. As you know, their whole mission in the ACWA was to destroy CJ Summers, as they've injured him and taken away the title. Now the referee getting shoved down. The referee's right back up as both men are choking each other out in the corner. The referee trying to break it. Once again, Ripper number 2 shoving the referee down. The referee says he's had enough of that. And finally, the referee has disqualified Ripper number 2. Wait a minute. Now Del Morte attacking the referee. The referee's out cold. Now Del Morte just stomping on the referee. Both men are just taking their liberties now with the referee. It's like that match didn't even matter. I mean, somebody's got to get out here and help this referee. This is ridiculous. Now both men just stomping the referee, rolling out of the ring. Del Morte going after him. Both men they're obviously. CJ Summers coming out into the ring area, crushing Ripper number 2 and Billy Lassiter with the chair, throwing it down in anger. He's disgusted. Now CJ Summers calling for the mic. You see CJ Summers definitely upset at the fact that those two men jumped in and tried to end his career with the concussion. You see the bandage on his head. He's fired up. He's calling out Ripper number 2. He wants the title. Don't forget, next week, folks, on ACWA Danger Zone TV, I will have a sit-down interview with the former ACWA heavyweight champion, the American rock star CJ Summers, along with some great wrestling action. Don't forget to check us out on the web at acwawrestling.com. If you have any questions, you can send them to acwa-nj@juno.com. That's it for tonight's show. Good night, everyone.